Hello, welcome to August 2024. I'm really excited about this month. I've gone through many attempts to record this video, but I think I found it. I think I found the why. I think I found the whole thing. So my intention for today is to offer you accessible information about the changing of the energy from the 1st of August to the 1st of September, how you might be feeling, how to best utilize this energy, how to best navigate. I'll offer some tools at the end as to how I'm integrating this energy and how you can kind of maintain and stay the course. We never want to be affected by the energy of the world or the energy of the room. We don't want to walk into the room and be like, okay, what do they need from me? What's happening? What's happening? We want to walk in and be ourselves and affect the energy of the room. So my intention is to offer you accessible information about the astrology, some key dates to look out for that I'm looking out for within my own practice and within my own life. And yeah, we're gonna see if my guides have anything to say about it. I want to introduce myself. So my name is Sarah. I am a channel. I channel information I go right to source energy. I set the intention that that only the white light of God resides in this space, in this channel. Only the information that is of the highest and greatest good of all involved and invested is allowed to come through my voice. And so I work with leaders, entrepreneurs, business owners. I work with people that have a growth mindset. I work with people that have things to do in their worlds. Things are not slowing down. And so it's very fascinating. I work with, because the significant amount of divine feminines that I work with that are my clients, they go at their own pace. And I'm making sure that they stay in their feminine. My divine masculine clients, they stay in their divine masculine. It's really wonderful to work with people that are constantly growing and developing. That's the foundation, is having a growth mindset. Here, this is my multidimensional cafe. If you have never been here before, it's just you and I talking about the changing world over coffee and tea. I'm so grateful for YouTube for really introducing multidimensionality to you in a very accessible way. And so what I love about my clients and the people that I work with and the people that I connect with on YouTube is that you don't change for what's happening around you. I had a client just the other day that, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, very, very sober, and speaks from I statements. And there was this moment where she was like, I was worried that this person is going to join the group and they're a drinker and they're this and they're that and they're this and they're that. And basically what we both decided, or what she decided and I mirrored for her, was that you don't want to preface and just say hey, just make sure that you don't show up this way, or don't make sure that you don't show up this way. If and when that moment arises, you both will acknowledge together that you are not a vibrational match for each other, because someone who ingests spirits is not going to be comfortable around an entire group of people who are all completely sober. And it's going to be it's just going to be okay for both of you. There's no judgment. I have tons of people in my life that drink alcohol. I work in the service industry. I serve alcohol to people. So there's no judgment in how you choose to live your life. It's how you revere it, and your vibe attracts your tribe. Do you know what I mean? So I think that the best way to utilize this energy is to have some key dates. We're going to go over when the new moon is, when the full moon is. There's an exciting conjunction that's coming up. And it's just nice to know what's coming. Same way you stretch before you exercise, you prep before you go into a meeting, you research a company before you acquire it. You do all of these things in the 3D world. Why not utilize and harness some of these metaphysical insights to best develop your company and best develop your mission, best develop your family, best develop your empire? Yeah. I would say, honest to goodness, check the chart of your company for this month. Understand where this Mercury retrograde that we're going to be talking about is happening in your company's birth chart, if you know the minute that you launched, if you know the minute that it was born. I myself also do not know the minute that, if you don't, that's totally okie dokie. I do not know the minute that my company was birthed. I just know the day. Thank goodness the moon was in Aquarius the entire day, so I have the sun sign, the moon sign, but I don't have the rising sign. So I use the general astrological wheel, which is what I have behind me. So this basically says that this entire, like when we go over the astrology, you can look at this map for your company. And so this is your chair right over here. I'm just going to have to move it to the side for a moment so you can see Uranus and Taurus. So please go pause the video, go grab your coffee or tea and your journal, and we're going to talk about August. I'm going to use the Palo Santo for the, oh geez, for the pause. I'm so excited. It's the last day of my journal. I already have a new one and I'm just so excited. I need a new calendar, and so like I called Barnes & Noble. I was like, do you have the calendars yet? And they're like, actually, it's early July. We don't, but soon. Ooh. Ooh. Cleansing and clearing this space. Cleansing and clearing this space. So, this is a really beautiful, and my bedazzles today, or what are representing. I like to kind of invoke the energy, if you will. And so this side of my face is Leo season, and this side of my face is Virgo season. This is baseline now. I have one sparkle dot that I wear literally at all times. When I'm at the restaurant, when I'm out about the world. Actually, I'll probably keep this on out and about in the world. But like the title of the video states, this is a quick change. This is a quick change. And actually, at the end, I'm going to offer a Sarah update for you and kind of showcase how I'm best utilizing this energy for my practice and my growth and development. I will do my best to timestamp it. Sometimes I'm a little bit all over the place, and also, if you're new to my table, I've got 3 universes going baseline at all times. I'd say I have like 6 going right now. Whereas I'm talking to you, my guidance team shows me images and words and phrases and pictures up here, and then I usually have one other universe that's going on down here. Right now I also have one over here. It's like having 7 computer screens, 5 or 6 or 7 computer screens going. So I apologize if sometimes as I'm talking to you, my TISM is showing and I'm staring off and looking at my guidance team. They're offering messages for you, for myself, for this community, and they're here for the collective. Like I said, my channels, I set the foundation that these channels are for the highest and greatest good of all involved and invested. Let's talk about the astrology. I'm gonna take a sip of water. And I'll highlight in advance that all of my information that I offer on YouTube is donation based. So if anything ever resonates, the link are right in the descriptions. Please, if you are ever keen to donate, I appreciate every single one of you. The generosity of my subscribers and the donations are helping to get me to the Summit of Greatness in September. I'm going to California. I am so excited. I have not traveled since 2019, so I'm a little bit doe-eyed going into it, but I'm just, to be surrounded by humans with a growth mindset, to see Dr. Joe Dispenza speak, I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I bought the ticket, and the universe said, we will send you the funds, girl. We will send you the funds. So I'm very grateful for the donations that I've received. So thank you. I appreciate every single one of you. Okie dokie. So what I have up here, like I said, general astrological wheel starts in Aries and goes all the way around over to Pisces. This is August 1st. 2024. And so I'm going to showcase a little bit about how the planets are going to be changing from August to September. And we'll go through it date by date. So what do we see here? We know nothing about astrology. Let me just show you about it. Down here, this is the roots of the tree of your life, cultural family roots. This is Gemini and Cancer energy over here. Home, my pocket of the world, communication, language, early learning, and short trips, kind of like your neighbors and siblings. Over here, this is the rising sign. This is the mask that you wear to the world, the face that you present to the world. Over here is our descendant sign, the relationships, important people, what we do every day. And up here is legacy, public life, career, quest, adventure, higher education, spirituality, long distance travel. So we know nothing of astrology. We don't know what any of these symbols mean. It's kind of as though nothing's up here. Nothing's up here. Most of the things are happening. Internal change, change to the self. Values are shifting. Communication is a big deal right now, a big deal. We are all learning how to speak from I statements. We are all learning how to say yes, no, thank you, no thank you. That's for me, that's not for me. Even if we're shaking and kind of peeing our pants a little, we're saying it, we're doing it. And over here, Leo, creativity, play, romance, kiddos, childlike spirits, all the fun things, joy. This is a big deal. And so the sun, this one right over here, this is the sun in the sky. This is like a lighthouse that's showing you I have all these key areas that I can focus on. Maybe focus here, maybe focus here. And so the quick change that I'm talking about is going from creativity, play, romance, childlike spirits. Leo's run by the sun. This is positive energy. This is positive fixed fire energy. So it's like a bonfire. Yeah, this is summer, summer, summertime. For me, you know, a lot of people in the Southern Hemisphere, this is just like, this is winter. They're hibernating. They're just all rugged up, but it's a very creative time. That's how, you know, those in the Southern Hemisphere that you can best utilize this energy is creative expression. That's actually what I'll talk about in a little while. One of the key components to best really smooth out the hump. It's kind of like I want us to take some sandpaper to this and just really smooth it out, to not feel as though I'm going into something that like, oh, I'm going to feel this quick change. I'm going to feel this thing. So it's like, no, no, no. Blinders on. Stay the course. Where is it we want to go? That's how we're using the energy. So sun, creativity, play, romance, and then Virgo energy is everyday life and practical service. This is where a lot of people go back to school. This is where in the service industry, like things just dip down sometimes, September, October, because people are like, oh my God, I just spent all that and now everything is going pumpkin spice. Literally, it doesn't matter. The same thing happens in the springtime. Whereas the second that the sun goes into Aries season, at least where I live, people are wearing shorts. They'll go to the beach. They'll sit down. Could be snowing. Doesn't matter. They're like, this is the vibe. This is what I'm going towards. Same thing happens. September 1st, still 80, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. People are like, it's pumpkin spice season. Yeah, yeah. This is Halloween. It happens every year. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. It's the energy. It's the collective consciousness saying this is what we're focused on. What do I know? I'm just reading the planets. So the second that, August 1st, the moon is in Gemini during this time. Just on that day, the moon scooter-dooches. And so what are the most important things that I've really just looked at that kind of just pop out and we're like, oh, that's auspicious? One key component is that Venus, our love and wondrous planet, our luck, or not our luck be a lady tonight, it's yin. It's how we receive love, how we understand love. Kind of the men are from Mars, women are from Venus vibes. This is also our finances. It's how we understand like receiving, divine feminine. Venus is going to be in 3 signs for the month of August. It's going to be in Leo. When does it go into? On the 4th is when it goes into Virgo energy. And then later on the 29th, it's going to go into Libra energy. But why don't we just start with the key dates? Because the 4th is actually the first key date that I'm looking out for. So I'm going to see how this goes. So on the 4th of August, that's when Venus is going into Virgo. That's also the same day of our new moon that we have at 12 degrees of Leo. I will have an entire video on this new moon. I will have an entire channeled message for this new moon. I will have an entire all signs reading for this new moon. I think it's going to be a very heavy focus on play and creative expression, solely based on the fact that that's what the house is. I have to say, right off the bat, if you are in a divine partnership, you know, bring in some children to this world, want to have some babies, that new moon is the time to do it. That's the time to do it. Yeah, a new moon is when we manifest. We literally plant seeds for what it is that we do want in this world. You'll be fertile AF. Fertile AF. You just look at each other and it's going to want to happen. Yeah, Venus going into our house of everyday life and practical service, everyday life changing, bringing a child into this world. This could also be great ways to utilize this energy. If you have something that you're ready to launch, or if you want to create a company, I would say this would be advantageous energy to use. The next day, Mercury goes retrograde. So I would say for my entrepreneurs, for my leaders and my business owners, when Mercury goes retrograde, actually, I'm going to continue to Mercury retrograde because I'm going to have hours of information about this new moon. I just think that the most important thing for anyone out there, if you're ready to birth a company, if you're ready to birth a child, this is incredible energy to utilize. My guides are saying I don't have to give a full thing at the end about how I'm utilizing this energy. I'm just going to share with you step by step how I'm utilizing this energy. So for the month of August, it was a new moon a little bit ago, I was given a download about a 6-week program, a 6-week digital download for you to really like access how I create not the most efficient awakening, the most efficient ego death that I possibly can. You cannot manufacture it, nor can you lie to energy. But when you're ready to really deep dive into utilizing these tools, I'm spending the entire month of August in hermit mode creating that for you. I also have to highlight that I'm just listening to my guides. Okay, I'll talk about that as it comes up. I'll talk about that. So that's how I'm utilizing this energy. I'm planting the seed, new moon, Leo, 12 degrees, what it is that I want, how far do I want to go. We must remember that with a growth mindset, you are only in competition with you and the you of your last breath. When you are surrounded by leaders and winners, everybody ascends together. Everybody goes up together. My belly grumbled for that one. This is important for a lot of you. There is no competition. I want you to win. I want you to have millions, if not billions of dollars. I want your company to win. I want everyone around you to win. But if you're not surrounded by people who want you to win, I need you to look at that. I need you to look at that. Because the universe won't bless you if you keep 8 out of 10s in your life. Definitely the link in the description of this video for my Substack. I'm trying to think of what the title of this video was. Blunt Boundaries. That had a lot to do with Mercury and Virgo. It was standards, blunt boundaries, and facing our deepest core wound. That was the Monday video that I did, but that's the title of that article. It would be, if what I just said really slapped, definitely go watch that, or pardon me, go read that, because we cannot keep people around us that are 8 out of 10 in anticipation for when the 10 out of 10s come. You cannot lie to source. You cannot lie to God, universe, the God of your understanding. If you say, I'm 8 out of 10 and the people around me are 8 out of 10, you will be sent 8 out of 10 vibrations. I don't make the rules. These are the laws of the universe. So that's the 4th. A good time to plant a seed for what you do want. So if you wanted to plant that seed or launch a company, birth the baby, have lots of sacred sex, whatever, sex, pardon me. Sometimes I get, like when I say that word, sometimes I'm not allowed to say that. Literally, I talked about sacred sex on Instagram once, and they I wasn't like it was kind of shadow banned. So I apologize if that was crass or disrespectful. I don't mean for it to be, but I'm a Scorpio rising conjunct Pluto, so we're going to talk about it every once in a while. So that's the 4th, and I'll have so much information on that. But play and creative expression is an integral component to utilizing this energy. I'll talk about that at the end. On the 5th, the next day, Mercury's going retrograde in Virgo. When Mercury is retrograde, we have retrograde season every year. Literally, as this is set up, Pluto is retrograde, Saturn is retrograde, Neptune is retrograde, and now Mercury is retrograde. Chiron is also retrograde. I think that's it. Yeah. So they're not something to fear. It's not something to say, oh my goodness, I have a very difficult workout. I'm just not going to go do the workout. You're going to show up and you're going to do what is being asked of you. Yeah. I did upper body today. So I had to do chin-ups, and I don't like those things. And the entire time I'm doing them, I'm saying, I don't like doing this. But I did it because it's for my greater good. Yeah. So Mercury goes retrograde 3 times a year. For my entrepreneurs and my business owners and my leaders, or for anyone, if you're here at my table, you're a leader in your life, find out where this is happening in your chart. Wait, hold on. I think I have the... I don't have the exact degree that it's at. My apologies. We'll talk more about it later, I'm sure. But I think it's 3 degrees. I want to say it's at 3 degrees. Yeah, I believe it's at 3 degrees. I'll tell you why the next 2 days later. Okay, so it could be 3 or 4 degrees right over here. Mercury in the sign of Virgo. In that same article that I just referenced, I talked about blunt boundaries. When Mercury, we're going to look at this as lenses. I wear big old glasses, so we're going to speak in lenses. Okay, so Mercury, our communication planet, how we give and receive information, our dreams, our downloads. It's our Hermes, inner and outer Hermes. Virgo, they can be a little bit perfectionist. This is blunt. This is, you're good at this, you're bad at this. I'm good at this, I'm bad at this. The negative side of Virgo is a perfectionist. So it's like not doing something because for the first time because you haven't mastered it like once. Literally, there's a whole group of people on this planet that will not try to play the guitar, sing, do what it is that brings them so much joy because they have not mastered it before even trying it. So we must have the excitement of a child and say, wow, I don't know how to walk, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to walk. So I'm going to get up and try and get up and try and get up and try. Child that doesn't know how to tie his shoes. It doesn't say, I'm going to have Velcro forever. No, thank you to the aliens for the Velcro. But no, we're going to figure out how to tie our shoes. I want to learn how to run. I don't know how to run. I don't know how to do it. What is it? The couch to 5K. You figure it out. So when Mercury, our communication, was in Leo and then going into Virgo, it was kind of like, I have new standards, I have new boundaries, I have new ways of communication. When Mercury goes retrograde, this is when you're going to be given an opportunity to revisit those boundaries. How did I do? This is when you debrief with yourself. Honest to goodness, there are no massive negative transits for like the first, none of the beginning of the month of August, the first 2-3 weeks. Yeah, starting, I'd say from the 29th of July, I'd say until like the 12th. Give yourself the 2 weeks to be like, it's nice energy. Create something, utilize this energy, do something you've never done before, try something you've never done before. But this is an opportunity to really say, wow, I have not mastered this yet. What did I do well? These are the 3 questions that I ask myself every single Sunday. You can ask these questions after every meeting or something that you're trying, whatever it may be. What did I do well? What did I not do so well, or what can I improve on? And what is fully integrated? What do I not have to worry about ever again? What is just standard practice from now on? Yeah, make your new standard practice. Oh my God, I love words so much. So that's the 5th. Mercury goes retrograde. Check up on your computers, check up on your technology, check up on your healthy habits as well. The 6th and the 12th house, this is about health, wellness. So this could be a time, retrograde, going inward, that you recognize that you cannot get to your goals without a coach, a guide, a mentor. Ask the universe for one. For a lot of you, that article on my Substack could be worth your time. Yeah, the past few articles, please just go subscribe to my Substack. It would really be helpful to me. I enjoy writing, and it's a really nice way for you not to have the visual. You can just read it, and I offer the tools in a very expressive way. So I love the way that expression is coming out for me, and I put updates in there and stuff like that. So it could be a good way to support Sarah. Listen to my guides. They're saying some of you are scared. Some of you are scared by this energy, whether it be you feel as though you have so far to go, you feel as though you're so far behind, you feel as though, like, how do I accomplish what it is that I need to accomplish? You don't have to figure it out. You have to give the order to the universe, tell the universe what you want, and then vibe as the person that has figured it out. It sounds easier than it is, I know that, but so try and try and try and try and try. This isn't about faking it till you make it. This isn't about lying to energy. This is about saying, I see this goal and I trust it because I was given that download. If you have a dream, an idea, a business idea, an empire that you're creating, you are a vibrational match for that idea. oh my God, it was this preacher that said something once that was like, if you have a dream and yeah, what did he say? It's like, God's not checking your bank account. He's checking your heart. So if you have the heart to create it, you're the match for it. You're the match for it. And it really resonated. So the 7th is when Venus and Mercury are conjunct at the same point in the sky at 3 degrees. That's why I think it's 3 degrees that it goes retrograde. So it's just really nice when our planets kind of come together and they create a super planet. It's beautiful. It's kind of like just like new moons is when the sun and the moon is conjunct at the same place in the sky. So that's a good time to plant seeds for what we do want our new moons. Same thing. Look at the lens, Mercury, lens of Venus, lens of Virgo. Find out where this is falling in your chart. For my entrepreneurs, if you don't know the time, then go off of this chart. Everyday life and practical service. What do I want my everyday life to look like? What do you actually want it to look like? What do you actually want your paradigm to be shaped by? If you have big goals and you have big things to do and you are on mission and you are here to help the world in certain ways, you have to have a tall order. This doesn't take from the people around you. You just have to say, God, this is what I need to do the mission that you gave me. I want it big. I really do. Taurus, sun, moon, rising. I know that for the past 6 months, I told you to go very conservative on what it is that you want. No more. Right now, I want you to have a bigger reaching goal, but really have a daily practice of checking your inner adolescent. Taurus, sun, moon, rising. That message was only for them. Okay, that was the 7th. On the 14th, this is a very exciting day. The 14th of August, we are going to have Jupiter, this big gulp right down here, conjunct, same point in the sky, Mars, our assertive planet. I have many resources for you about Jupiter, Jupiter and Gemini, an all signs reading for Jupiter and Gemini. It's a very exciting transit. I've been thinking about doing an all signs reading for this conjunction. That's a lot of all signs reading. Can you please comment below and let me know if that's too much? Because it's the week sandwiched between a new moon and a full moon. So that would be 3 all signs readings in a row. I could just do it with just the 2 planets on my, grid. But please, if anybody's interested in that, I can do that. Just please let me know if you're keen before I do it. Because the same day, Mercury is going back into Leo. So retrogrades is when we get a little windshield wiper. So Mercury was over here, a little retrograde, it's going back into Leo. So Mercury, our communication planet in the sign of Leo, just listening to my guides and how I want to say this. I've been up since like 4, so I apologize. Tired. Having more coffee. When Mercury went into Virgo, pardon me. So we're setting our boundaries. We're raising our standards. That's a lot to do with, on the 22nd of July, I posted an article about blunt boundaries, utilizing Chiron and retrograde in Aries. I'm not going to repeat myself into everything that I said in that article. But so basically from then until now, we expressed a boundary, we expressed a standard, all's well. Mercury went retrograde, back into Leo. This might be the moment that there's 2 ways to utilize this energy. Gemini, the twins, love this. I love the way that my guides express things, and you can see it in real time. It's so nice. When Mercury goes back into Leo, if someone has not honored your boundaries, this could be explosive energy, not so much so with Mars and Uranus conjunction, but Mars is our assertive planet, our aggressive planet. It's kind of the way we express our divine masculine, anger, rage, all those things. Jupiter, our expansive planet. Those 2, it's like a firecracker going off. Mercury back into Leo, retrograde, it's like enough is enough. There might be someone in your life that you have to remove. There might be someone in your life that you might have to, I'm just straight channeling this now, call in a buddy This might be for people that work in corporate, that work in leadership, the time where you have to call in HR to have like a legitimate conversation, to be like, I can't deal with how this person is communicating with me. It is inappropriate. I've tried my best to express my boundaries. You might have to call in a friend. You might have to call in a friend, which helps everyone. Literally, it helps everyone. That person gets to develop, that person gets to have a highlight be shown on their life. That's the theme of 2024. From a very spiritual woo-woo perspective, it's like all that was hidden will be revealed. Alien channelers are saying that. Cat Williams has said that. All the, like literally whatever micro or macro you're in, this could be the time that enough is literally enough. And that person is going to get the highlight that they need. It's not, and I told you so dance, we know in the awakening that it's not like what is it? Like the big crack in the world opens up and every bad guy gets put into the depths of hellfire and stuff. That's not the way it goes. It's just really that a light gets shown on this person. It's kind of like you're in the basement of an apartment in Portland and you've been doing mushrooms every single day for the past 3 weeks, and your parents show up and they're just like, hey, it's awesome. It's awesome. Mushrooms are awesome, but you gotta come back to earth. You can stay with us. It's okay. We got you. A lot of people are going through detoxes right now. I'll highlight my Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Virgo community are all going through, whether it be a detox from cannabis flower, people are going sober, whether it be removing sugar. I have a lot of subscribers, please comment below, that do water fasts, they do intermittent fasting. Please comment and share what you are going through. I myself have been over 2 months without cannabis. I'd been smoking cannabis for the better part of 14 years. This is a big deal. I don't ingest alcohol. I'm completely sober. I drink a lot of coffee, and you know, actually a lot is a strong word. I actually don't drink any caffeine after like 10, 11 o'clock in the afternoon anymore. I just hit it hard in the morning. That's that, I would say. But yeah, I think I'm being overzealous there. I have nice teas and herbal teas. I have a peach detox that I really enjoy. I got my Cup of Calm. I think it's traditional medicinal or yogi brand. No, Cup of Calm is traditional medicinal. And I have the nice little quotes on the back of them. And it's just, I'm incorporating new practices. Like I just started yesterday doing a lemon juice. Something happened at the restaurant, lemon or lemon. I can't even get into it, but just working with the public can trigger your mind sometimes. It happened to a customer, to a friend of mine, that he had a table ask, like, is this lemon juice or fresh squeezed lemons? The first restaurant job I ever had, this is a complete aside, has nothing to do with anything, that I didn't have a ba-dum-bum-ch to. This was the first time I ever had no response to what somebody said. I came up to the table and I was just topping off their iced teas. It was free refills. It was not your average Joe's. And they were in deep thought. Two gentlemen in deep thought. He goes, no, I don't think the guy that wrote the Bible wrote The Lord of the Rings. No, I don't think, was it? No, I don't think it was. And I had nothing to say. I had no idea what to say. I had no response. In hindsight, this has been over 10 years, maybe 15 since this happened. Might be 15 years since this happened, and I've thought about it many times. I'm giving them the fact that it could have been that they're discussing the Silmarillion. I'm just saying. But yeah, there was a customer that asked my friend, the waiter, the other day, is this lemon juice or fresh squeezed lemon? I was like, that's lemon juice. But to get completely distracted, my apologies. Yeah, I've been doing an olive oil shot with fresh squeezed lemon juice in the morning. And I really like the flavor of it. I really enjoy it. So I had been working on like what to ingest first thing to kind of like get the digestion going. So I'm incorporating this. That was, I don't even know how long of an aside that was, but I apologize. Take some water. I love you. Thank you for being here with me. Woo. Oh God. I have a whole video on the restaurant industry, casual telepathy, and being friends with a Gemini. I just, you know, the restaurant industry is getting flooded with light workers, and to be of service is an incredible blessing. We get paid to process, to be triggered, and to trigger, and it's so beautiful. So please come visit me at my restaurant anytime, and I will bring you good food and beverage. And it's just, I work with incredible people. It's good stuff. Take a sip of water, please. Thank you for being here. Please like and subscribe if this is anything that resonates with you. I try my best to really reel it in and be efficient in my processes, but I do long range, and I appreciate long range. And I just have to highlight again that really I work off of donations, and just thank you so much for your generosity and your contribution. It's just getting me to the summit of greatness and really just nourishing my mission to help you. So I really hope this resonates. I have no idea where we were. 14th, Mars-Jupiter conjunction. The best way to utilize this energy Yes, the week before the full moon. I have a digital download, how to work with the moon. The link is in the description. I think it's $4.99. And so there's a whole video on how to utilize the energy from the week between a new moon and a full moon. I want us to actually look at mirror work here. I just want to leave that there. The word that I'm getting a full body chill on is imposter syndrome. And for some of you that have these big ideas and have these big images, you're like, well, there's already somebody doing that. There's already a Joe Rogan. There's already a Tucker Carlson. There's already a Candace Owens. There's already this. There's already that. The world needs you. The world needs you. So please, I'm going to put the link below for my 2024 to 2027 video called The Changing of the Guides. Yeah, that Substack article that I keep referencing, as well as that video, worth your time. If I'm talking to you, if imposter syndrome is coming up, it might feel like there's an Everest in front of you, my dear. But when you work with the cycles of the moon, it becomes a lot more efficient. When you're a vibrational match for something, it just happens. Just happens. Literally, I had a client session on a Friday. It was our first session together, and we processed some deep inner things. We found the root of where something was coming from. And normally I don't have sessions, like we usually wait at least a week. I saw her on Friday. We had another session on Monday, and she had hopped multiple paradigms and literally was like, I can't even believe that I was so worried about this. Literally changed her mindset. A few little tweaks. Yeah. Actually, this is the point that I'm going to highlight the fact that on the 2nd of September, I'm going to be changing my rates. I have been offering my friends and family discount for the past few months. I was highly guided to do that. And so I kind of Goldilocks my rates where it was here. And then I went to my friends and family discount. And now I'm putting it at an accessible rate. If you buy 2 sessions, it will be a discounted rate, because I want to be able to nourish my work at the same time offer you accessible tools. 90% of my sessions, and really we like set it or book it for an hour, but I'm there with you. I'm there with you. We don't like end it right at the hour. The amount of people that have had like therapy traumas where they're like, I'm so sorry, it's been an hour and 10 minutes. Is that okay? And I'm like, Jesus, and I have an entire video on the end of therapy. I'm not going to put the link for that. You can just put it into the search engine of YouTube and find that. But I'm here to work with you. We record the sessions. You can keep them. 99% of my sessions, the first thing that they say after, you know, we're kind of coming down and debriefing was, that was a lot of information. That was a lot. I work very quickly, and when you're ready to do the work, I am ready to work with you. So the 2nd of September is when I'm launching that 6-week program, as well as raising my rates. I'm changing my rates. I'm not going to be offering my friends and family discount anymore. If you book a session anytime before that date, It will be at the 144 for a full and 111 for a mini session. And if you stay a consistent client, you keep that original rate. I have clients that I've had for many years that have like that old rate that I used to have, and that's what they pay, and that's fine. Yeah, wherever you meet me on the road, that's what we lock in. So just know that's coming. Now I don't have to do a whole thing at the end. Okay, I'm excited about that. Okay, so just to wrap that up with a not so great bow, would you like a all signs reading for this Mars-Jupiter conjunction? I actually think I'm going to do it because this is a very key component. Very, very key component. I want you to go back to the 6th of June, 2024. I'm going to put, so beautiful. I love how everything gets wrapped up. That is when we had a new moon in Gemini at 16 degrees. I'm going to put the link to the introductory video to that energy below. It is titled Ego. We have a positive ego and a negative ego. I've talked about this before. This is Lazarus language, and we have to integrate them. We cannot live in our positive ego. We cannot live in our negative ego. What do you mean by that, Sarah? Positive ego. Show your shot. You can do this. You don't have to practice. You don't have to prep. Get out there. Launch the program. I don't care if it's a Mercury retrograde. Go for it. Negative ego. Oh my God, you are not prepared for this. Oh my goodness. No, you've never done this before. People are going to know that you're an imposter. You have been doing this since you were a child, and you study it and practice and live it every single day. But if anybody knew that you had any sort of like apprehensions or negative thoughts, and they just wouldn't even believe you. They both want you to be safe. They both want you to be nourished and nurtured and loved and happy. They want you to be safe. It is safety. It is manifest. It is safety. So we must integrate our ego and love it. We came here to have standards, to have preferences. If we didn't have an ego, we would be consciousness floating in space somewhere. We came here to experience polarity. We came here to differentiate between what do I like, what do I not like. This is mastery of the human experience. I think I am going to do an all signs reading for that because it's so auspicious. But please comment below if you are interested in that, because that's a lot of Sarah, and I never want to overwhelm you or give you I know when I'm like it's so much all in one little video is so much. So like let me know if that's something you're interested in. Okie dokie, that's the 14th. The next week we're going to have the full moon in Aquarius at 27 degrees. That same day, Mars will skadooch. These are two outer planets. So this is will be a few days on either side that we can understand and utilize this energy. But we have a squaring of Saturn and Jupiter. Squaring. It's kind of like, it's not the best, easiest energy. It's like we're at an intersection and one person's got to go, but it's like a nice tension point where diamonds are made. So Jupiter expansion, Saturn retrograde or interdisciplinarian. I just have to highlight and just express gratitude for the majority of the Pisces risings, Pisces suns, and Pisces moons, Pisces sun, S-U-N, that have been commenting on how they are using how the Pisces risings, suns, and moons have been commenting on my videos, and they are harnessing Saturn for their development. It is so impressive. Please go read some of the comments on my all signs readings and look at how so many Pisces placements are utilizing Saturn. Saturn's retrograde. This is big stuff. This is our interdisciplinarian, our inner papa, our inner, did you do this? Did you pay your taxes? Did you do the thing? Do the thing. Face it. It's fine. It's so okay. You just have to tell the universe what you want, and the universe will provide. You have to also do action steps. Yes, this is the laws of the universe. I get it. I get it. I get it. I'm getting ahead of myself. But full moons, and I will have again an entire all signs reading, a channeled message, and I will have an introduction to this energy. I'm pretty sure The first phrase that popped into my head when it comes to, and I don't swear anymore, so I'm just going to give the abbreviation, was RBF. That might be the vibe of that full moon. Have you ever had an Aquarius judging you? They're like, I'm not judging you. Why would you think that I'm judging you? Yeah, Aquarius and Virgos coming together. I love them so much. Love them so much. This is going to highlight for a lot of people some unhinged addictions as well. Full moons, we all become the werewolf, so that's an exciting way to utilize this energy. I feel as though this is literally just coming to me now. I'm just going to say you might see some people in your periph that have like the last night, kind of like this type of energy that we talked about, where they just like get blackout and they're like, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm done waking up and not knowing what I did the day before. So this is an exciting time to not judge others, leave them in the reality that they're in. Numerous articles on my Substack about this, navigating astrological storms. That could be a nice article for you to read. Please go subscribe to that. I put so much information out for you because I love you. Yeah, these channels aren't just for me. I think there was a video that I recorded, I think it was the Leo season, where I just bawl like a baby. Bawl like a baby with gratitude for you, because me sitting at home by myself with no one actually utilizing this energy doesn't serve anyone. None of this is for me. Oh, what was that phrase? Your gifts aren't a gift if you don't give them as a present to the world. This is my present for you. Okay. The 22nd is when the sun is going to go into Virgo energy. That video and theme that came to my mind for that season is going to be manners matter. Manners matter. The way that you express yourself, the way you present yourself to the world, it matters. Yeah, I know when you dress up to go to the bank and when you dress up to go to the grocery store, you stick out a little bit, but I literally want people to look over and say, wow. Who's that? In the middle of the produce section. That's what I want for you. I want people straightening their tie when you walk in the room, sitting up straight, crossing their legs appropriately. Because when you honor how special you are, you honor your vessel, you honor every little bit of yourself, the entire paradigm around you shifts. People treat you differently. So when you start to treat yourself like a king or queen, go back and watch Leo season. These are overlapping lenses. By Virgo season, you will see that manners matter. And we'll talk about how to utilize some key phrases to be able to express yourself, to say, that's not productive language. That's not this. You're going to have to find ways to navigate and, I'll say the word defend from outside perspectives when the sleeper cell goes off, because when you treat yourself well, if people don't have the same emotional reverence and emotional intelligence and emotional understanding as you do, when you take care of yourself, all it is doing is taking a mirror out of your Mary Poppins bag and saying like, I'm not taking care of myself. I'm not. Have you ever, I'll give a dramatization. Have you ever expressed, maybe to a work colleague or something, how was your weekend? And you're like, oh my God, I had a great weekend. I had a great workout. I spent some time with family and friends. I'm reading this really great new book, or I'm listening to this new audio book. I went to a museum. And then the first thing that they say is like their opinion on, like, oh yeah, well, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Huh. Good for you. I wish I could do that. Did you ever do that? Did you ever experience that? This will be a really nice way to find key words and actions, thoughts, words, actions, and intentions that creates our paradigm to either attract the people and conversations and situations that you want, or kind of people won't come up to you and complain much anymore. When you don't entertain it and when you set very healthy boundaries, people will not come up to you and do that to you anymore. I promise you. Yeah, someone who's wearing their PJs at the grocery store is not coming up to you to talk to you if you're wearing a dress or if you're wearing a nice suit. No. No, sir. No, ma'am. Manners matter. Manners matter. 28th of August is when Mercury is going direct in Leo at 21. I wrote that one down at 21 degrees. So it's within the month that we have that retrograde. It's within 1 month. It's only a few weeks. 3 weeks and 2 days. 3 weeks and 2 days. Utilize Mercury retrograde. Utilize it. Create a program. Really deep dive into editing the book that you're writing, whatever it is. Talk to your family, talk to your spouse, talk to your team, level up, do a training with them, hire a coach, look into coaches, put it out that you're looking for a mentor, whatever it may be, do research. Call in a buddy. I feel a lot of people are having, like, they're calling in a counselor to either part amicably with their spouse. They are opening up their relationship. They're finding the right tools. They're really, you know, calling in someone at work to observe the conversation because you don't feel safe to have a one-on-one. That's a key tool. I just want to time out and highlight that in leadership, in corporate, if you do not feel safe to communicate one-on-one with someone, just have a colleague sitting there. Just be like, I'm just going to take notes in the corner. You say, yeah, I just want them to observe me and how I interact in this moment because I'm developing myself. Or if you need to elevate it to HR, or if you need to elevate it to ownership, whatever it may be. But speak your truth, because enough is enough for a lot of people. Enough is enough. And then on the 29th, that's when we're going to have Venus going into Libra. Like I said at the beginning, Venus is in Leo, and then it's in Virgo, and then it's going into Libra. Venus loves being in Libra. Libra is run by Venus. Venus is run by Libra. This is a happy little placement in our house of relationships. It's almost like having Jupiter. Jupiter and Venus are like our really pleasant planets. And when they're in happy little signs, they're both in air signs. Oh, we're going to have a trine. That's going to be exciting. Okie dokie. So now that we're 50 minutes in, I'm going to put down the planets for September 1st. 2024. You'll see. You'll see. Okay. So the sun is going to be 9 degrees of Virgo over here. The moon, where are you? Be in Leo, 15 degrees. The moon scoots, as you can see. So it's like, this is just the second that I pulled up. Mercury will be in Leo at 22 degrees. Love that. Love that. My midheaven is at 22 degrees, 22 minutes of Leo. So I like that. I have it tattooed on my arm, yeah. This is wild energy. Venus at 2 degrees of Libra. I love that. Mars at 27 of Gemini. Jupiter at 19. Gemini. Saturn at 16 retrograde, not really moving. Uranus at 27 of Taurus, not really moving. Neptune doesn't move at all. It's a retrograde 29 degrees. Pluto's going to be going back to 29 degrees of Capricorn that day. And Uranus was retrograde that day. So yeah, I have many resources for you on Pluto in Aquarius, part 1 and part 2. It's in the longer range transit playlists. This is intense. This is not, intense is a strong word. So Pluto, this is Pluto's final stand in Capricorn. What do we know about Pluto? We'll look at these lenses, because like as I wrote it down for like the beginning of the day, and as I'm looking at my calendar, I've got 2 books open right now. As I'm looking at my calendar, this is when Pluto goes back into Capricorn at 29 degrees. It's only going to go to 29 degrees and then it's going to go back. Oh boy. Okay, so let's look at some lenses. Pluto, deepest transformative planet, our outermost planet, the Phoenix, Pluto, you know, Scorpio is run by Mars and Pluto. So that's a very exciting way to be like, this is a slow burner. Capricorn, the GOAT, legacy, public life, career, a lot of top-down authority. So Pluto first went into Capricorn in 2008. So we had the banking, the housing crisis, and everything kind of crumbled down. And you can probably see certain establishments that just don't, maybe, dramatization here, complete dramatization, maybe don't have the best interests of the public in mind. Maybe, but that's a complete just hypothesis. Just based on the astrology. Just based on the astrology. I'm speaking only through the lens of astrology here. So now Pluto in Aquarius is a lot of the prophesized age of Aquarius. Definitely go back if you're interested in more information, watch those 2 videos. Community, friendships, wishes for the future. Yeah, this is a very exciting time to be alive. Pluto's going to be in Capricorn from the 1st of September till the 19th of November. Then it's going to be in this sign for 20 plus years in Aquarius. This is the last time in our lifetime that Pluto will be in the sign of Capricorn. I don't even know what I want to say to that. The stage is crumbling. You know, I live in the United States and it's, you know, July 2024 as I record this. And so I will highlight that, you know, I talk to, you know, people about their opinions and perspectives on the polarity-based reality that my soul's chosen to reside within the United States right now. And so to me, I have absolutely no, like, I've gone full one way, full the other, and now I'm just like, I, you know, channel and talk to angels and aliens for a living. But I love a good soap opera. It's a good show. It's a good reality show. It's an intense show. And when you view it as a show, definitely, yeah, I wrote an article about a practical guide to aliens in your day-to-day life. I'll go watch that, because it might feel as though there's like a lot of attention on the planet Earth right now and that things are ramping up and ramping up and ramping up. And it's like, well, when is it just going to be like when is the pimple going to pop? It could be the time. I'm listening to my guys. They don't want to talk about that anymore. They're just saying, like, stay in peace and let it be. Just let it be. So now I would like to talk about some ways to utilize this energy for your growth, for your development. We talked about the planets, we talked about the energies, we've talked about some key dates that we can utilize. So, okay, Sarah, you've given me some tools, or you've given me some dates now. How do I stay the course? You're telling me all this is happening. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. How? How am I supposed to do that? If you are in a divine partnership, healthy, sacred, so I don't get censored, SEX, divine partnership, very, very healthy, very, very sacred. I want you spending time with your partner. I want you going on a date with them. I want you to revamp a little bit of, maybe if like the spark has been lost, light it, light it. If you are not yet in your divine partnership, yet, go watch my Why Celibacy is Becoming Mainstream. I'll put the link for that below. Do not, I repeat, do not go into a situationship. Do not go for an 8 out of 10. Do not do these things. Celibacy and then the 2024 to 2027 videos. I've warned you. If you do, I've warned you. I'm saying, don't do it. Just don't do it. You go out, you go buy yourself some nice new toys for yourself. And you have divine, sacred SEX with yourself, and you daydream about that perfect person because they exist because you exist. So you daydream and you send them love and you talk to them. manifestation language, Bob Proctor language. Go for a walk and talk to them. Spend your days, your sacred day, for me it's Sunday, with yourself and the energy of that partner. Are you going to go for walks together? Are you going to cook family dinners together? Are you going to have it, like, what are you going to do those days? You play your role now. Set the table. Get ready for that. So then when it comes, you're not scrambling around. Also, if you're not preparing for it now, how is the energy of that person going to find their way to you? It's kind of like the feng shui thing where it's like, is there space in the closet? Is there space in the house? Do you put your purse on the chair when you're driving, or do you put it in the back so there's space for the, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So create space. A few weeks ago, I talked about having a habit tracker, and I haven't done that in a while, but a client of mine was doing it, so I decided to do it with him as well. A few articles ago, I posted my habit tracker. I keep it with me. Really? Start some new habits. See how you're actually doing. Know what you want to be doing every day. Know what your future version of yourself does every day, and do that. Don't get caught up in the hullabaloo. There's a dumpster fire on the other side of the street. It's not your dumpster fire. So don't sit there and be like, oh, the dumpster fire is the same as it was yesterday. You get lost in it. The same way, Leo season, bonfire, like I said earlier, you can get lost just staring into a bonfire on the beach, thinking about beautiful things. You can probably get lost and sucked in and addicted to the fear and the dumpster fire. Yeah. Maybe not. Check your habits every day. See how you're doing. I'm going to talk more about it during the new moon in Leo, and I'm going to talk more about it in my 6-week program, but I'm going to start to really introduce the energy of play and creative expression as the most integral component to the trajectory of your growth, your company's growth, to your success. Having a way to express yourself, having a way to experience creativity, art, joy, all things Leo, is integral to your success. Integral. Yeah, I don't care what you think of my, sparkles. This is how I express myself on a daily basis. And it makes people around me feel more comfortable. It shows that I feel more myself with that. Can't have a bad day. So don't become the energy of your community. I feel like a lot of people got triggered when I was talking about wearing your PJs to the grocery store, because you probably see a lot of people around you that wear PJs to the grocery store. You probably have a lot of people in your family, in your life, that are gonna be like, oh, you're gonna start dressing up nice and they're gonna make fun of you. Bubble yourself. Sarah's Protocol, free download. The link is in the description. Yeah, if you're a leader, it might be uncomfortable to be the first person in your family line to do any of the things that I'm telling you to do. But if you're here at my table, you're not alone, and I'm rooting for you across time and space. Yeah, I want you to have that millionaires, billionaires mindset, and I want to help your company thrive. I want to help your mission thrive. I want you to find your divine masculine partner. I want you to find your divine feminine queen. I want that for you. So, creative expression, make or go see something new and exciting. So this could be, if you're like, I'm not an artist, I'm not this, then maybe one time in the month of August, go to a museum you've never been to, go to an exhibition you've never been to, go buy a ticket to see, a singer, a performer, an artist, go, library passes, they have, free museum passes. Go see something that, let your brain flounder. My brain does it as well. When I go see things, I'm like, you haven't made art in so long and you just don't know what to do with the art. I just can't even believe how beautiful this is. This person is just prospering, doing their life's mission, and I just get so tripped. But I'm bawling and I'm expressing it and I'm amongst the vibration of that. So either finger paint. Literally, my art is rolling around in paint and rolling on a canvas. Yeah, it's nice. It's inner child healing and inner adolescent healing. I haven't done it in a very long time. So maybe I'll utilize this energy for that. There's also an exhibition in Boston that I really want to go see. And it's like a walk away from one of my favorite cafes, Ogawa Coffee. Literally, like, it's almost like, Sarah, go do that. Go follow your own advice. I know. I gotta do it. I will. And I'll take pictures. I'll report back. That could be a really great way to utilize this energy. And I'll be speaking more to that for the new moon, as well as just in that 6-week program, like I said. Having a daily meditation practice. I will die on this mountain knowing who you are, your consciousness running this human avatar. This world is not happening to you. It's not happening to you. It is responding to your thoughts, words, actions, and intentions. Meditating daily. Meditation could be screaming, could be exercise, could be walking meditation, could be seated meditation, whatever it is. Integral to your growth. Integral. 60 seconds. I don't care how long it is. I don't care. Guided meditations. The clinking, clanking music. Find the hertz that you want to vibrate at and listen to that for a minute. Literally a minute. Okay. What is the last thing? Date night, family night, friends, day date, honor your people, ask them out. Okay, so I think it was one of the last articles that I wrote, the Mars and Gemini article on my Substack that I wrote about. And so we were talking about having a beautiful dialogue. I painted a really nice dramatization for you where it was like a heated cafe debate with someone that you really honor and respect. This is mentor vibes or, really revered friend vibes. Just like the first thing, the healthy, let's get it on. If you have a partner that you've been with for a very long time, I really need you to have a new date night once a week, once a month, once in August. Take them out on a date, go out on a date, dress up fancy, get a babysitter, get someone to help you. And I honored in that article that if you don't have someone that you feel that you can ask to help you with that, I need you to look at that. If you don't feel safe enough to, vibing alone too much can be a hyper independence can be a trauma response as well. So don't swing too far on the pendulum on the other side. Also, ask a friend of yours to go for a walk. Ask someone that maybe you haven't seen in a while that you really respect them to go for a walk. This could be someone that has a different opinion than you, someone that maybe you've egoically deemed to be like, oh, you don't match all my values, but you think about them and you're like, oh, I really miss this person and I really loved our, that we had. Ask them to go for a walk with you. Yeah. Really, and honor the vibration of the people around you as I want you in your arena. The Man in the Arena speech. I've read it so many times and it's one of my favorite speeches of all time. It's posted up on the wall over there. All right, I'll read it. Hold on one second. I'm going to go get it because this is a good way to end this. I love this speech. Hold on. It's worth it. It's worth it. I'm going to put it over here now. But this is what we're ending with. This is Roosevelt's speech. And I know that Brene Brown wrote a book called Daring Greatly. It's based off of this speech. Okay. It's just a quotation from it, but one of my favorite ones. But I'm just going to take a sip of water. Thank you so much for being here. Before I read this, please give this video a thumbs up if you think it was a thumbs up worthy video. Please subscribe to this channel. This community is growing in such a natural, beautiful, exponential way, more so than I could have ever imagined. And the people that YouTube is connecting me to are some of the most, I don't even like using the word empowered, some of the most thoughtful, honest, vibrant, respectful, communicative people I've ever met. I love reading your comments and responding to as many as I possibly can and just honoring where you are and how hard you're just working towards your authenticity. It is a privilege to be here with you. Please share this video with someone that you think really needs community right now. This is an incredible community and you're welcome here. Our foundations are honesty. We speak from I statements, and we respect each other's opinion, regardless of our belief systems. People are allowed to share. If you're being respectful, you're not trying to change my mind, you're just sharing your reality, you're welcome at my table. You're welcome. And like I've said, all of my content on YouTube is donation based. So if any of this information resonates and you receive something from it, the link is right in the description to donate and to give back. My email address is listed. Please definitely book your one-on-one session. Like I'd said in the video, the rates are changing. They're not going to what they used to be, but I'm not going to be offering my friends and family discounts starting on September 1st. Or September 2nd, pardon me. And that's when my program is going to be launching. I'm very, very excited about that. So anytime, it doesn't matter if it's in September that the session is, if we book it in August, you get the discounted rate. So I'll leave you with a Roosevelt speech. The man in the arena. It is not the critic who counts, nor the man, I'll start over, pardon me. It's been an hour and 10 minutes I've been talking, so I apologize. I don't want to mess this up. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. If that doesn't pop you out of bed like it's Christmas morning, I don't know what will. Those are the people that I surround myself with. That's you. That is you. I think that's enough for today. Please comment what you're going through. Reach out directly. Let me know if that Mars-Jupiter conjunction video would be helpful. It would just be the 2 planets and maybe like the ruling planet, but let me know if you're interested. And please let me know how I can best support you on your journeys. It's an absolute pleasure. I love doing this work. I love you. I'll see you soon.